Hi and good afternoon. Welcome to our media briefing for this Friday. Thanks for joining us. We are going to get started with follow-up fire information that's very important for people who were impacted by our wildfires. We're joined by Luna Muhammad from our Office of Emergency Services. She's going to walk through our virtual local assistance center, and then we're going to have a little more information on a physical assistance center that's being set up. Hi, Luna.
Maya, and hi everybody. So I'm going to share my screen with you real quick. We developed a virtual local assistance center. The purpose of this is to be kind of a one-stop shop for the fire survivors and those who had to evacuate and came home to help them get assistance. This site is available right at the top button of our co.monterey.ca.us/2020 fires link. And once I'm finished presenting, I'll post that on the chat so that you have that available. We're trying to direct everybody to that resource as it's the one that we've been using throughout these fires. So right at the top of that, there's a big turquoise button that says Virtual Local Assistance Center. And you can click on that and that takes you to this link. There's also a direct link, as you can see up here. So the purpose of this center is to give that clear and decisive information on recovery from all three of the wildfires. If someone doesn't find what they need, they can always call 211. If the line is busy, there's also another line, that 833 number that's shown at the top. And then there's a little bit of a description of the FEMA assistance available. People can apply for FEMA assistance through disasterassistance.gov, through the FEMA app, or through these phone numbers. And there's a flyer in several different languages available also. So if you were to click that, you would end up having that flyer pop up on another page and you can download it to share or to utilize. We also have some commodity points of distribution. Those will be closing at 4 p.m. today, and I will remove that once they are closed, but for the time being, they're available here. This website is intended to be kind of living, so if there's new information that arises, we will automatically update it onto this website so that it's available. And then if you see down here, we have multiple different forms of information for those returning home from the fires. We have websites, including information on tips for coming home, some PDFs on steps and guidelines and checklists for returning home from CAL FIRE, some that we've developed and the state has developed, some information on lost animals and who to call if you've lost an animal during these fires, wild animal information. We know that during fires, wild animals may escape because their homes are being burned as well, and they could run into people. So provided that. Road information, utility information, and then some information on water safety. A lot of people had power outages because of the fires as the firefighters work to respond to the fires and may need to take some steps to make sure that their water has not been contaminated. All of the sites on here are put with the top site being the #1 site to go to for information, followed by additional sites that can provide additional information. And then there's information about food and medicine, business recovery, post-fire cleanup, post-fire rebuilding, getting help with recovery, so things like replacing documents for immigrants, assistance that's available for them, tax help, unemployment assistance, veterans assistance, and the like. And then some information about coping after the fires. Disasters are difficult for everybody, and some of us may feel the impacts right away, and sometimes it takes a little longer to feel those impacts. So this is just some information to try to help people mentally and emotionally recover from the fires. And finally, just a couple full recovery guides, and the purpose of those is a lot of information, right? So they're a nice little spot to get you started if you just want a one-stop shop of a document. They're not all inclusive and county specific, but they do get you off to a nice start. So this is the overall website. it's made to be pretty cut and dry to the point so that people can find what they need as quickly as possible. And that's pretty much it. Willing to take any questions you guys got.
Luna, have you put the information on the physical assistance center up on that page?
So let me share my screen.
If you go ahead and show it.
Absolutely. So when we go to that co.monterey.ca.us-2020 fires, right at the top, there's that link that takes you to the site I just showed you, and then the information about our in-person local assistance center. And we are coordinating the virtual and in-person local assistance centers to each other. So any documents that are shared there will be sent over. We'll put them in a PDF version or provide the web link or phone number, whatever information is provided, and include it in that virtual local assistance center as well. And the rest of the stuff on this 2020 fires website has been there for some time. Our fire perimeter and evacuation zones, our damage assessment map, a place for people to tell their own stories so that we can eventually turn this webpage into kind of a historical archive of these fires, along with general information, social media information, how to get assistance, how to give assistance, and then just current updates on the fires, along with a little history of all of the significant events.
And if you could scroll back up to the top so that I just have a little more information about the in-person local assistance center. We'll be sending out a press release about this center that's opening on Sunday this afternoon, but just so that you all know, it's opening Sunday, August 30th, and will be open through Saturday, September 5th. The hours are 10 to 8 p.m. And it's at the Monterey Conference Center, and there's free parking for people who need to come in and use the center. There is a huge array of services being coordinated for that, from FEMA to state agencies such as the Franchise Tax Board and DMV, to our local departments such as the clerk who might help with vital records, our RMA to help streamline building permits for people who might need that. And more of this will be coming this afternoon, but I wanted to take the opportunity while I had it on the screen to talk about it. Thank you very much, Luna. And if you would stay on the call, if anyone has any questions about either the virtual or as much as we know about the physical local assistance center. And now we're going to turn. And now we're going to turn to Karen Smith, our PIO from the health department, who's going to bring us up to speed on testing for COVID-19. Coronavirus took a little bit of a back step in the news to the fires, but we are still in a pandemic.
Hi, so you've probably all heard that the CDC has been bouncing around about who gets tested, and a couple of days ago it was no asymptomatic people need to be tested, and now they've changed it a bit. Though that recommendation has not changed who we're testing. We are still going to test people who, the state of California has said no. We're still going to be testing people who are contacts of, boy, I'm drawing a complete blank today, excuse me. We're still going to test people who have come in contact with cases or were contacts of the cases that are found in the contact investigation. So we're still running about 85% of capacity at our Salinas state-supported site, which is located at the Cesar Chavez Library. That one, you can make an appointment. There are a limited number of walk-ins that are available at that site. Yeah, the Greenfield site, the report that I got last week, it was at 55%. So they have open appointments. You can probably get one the next day. So go ahead and make an appointment there. We are encouraging first responders, healthcare providers, people who have been in contact with positive cases, and all those people that are in the tier 2. If you need to know what tier 2 looks like, you can certainly go to the California site, which is covid.ca.gov, and I'll show you the breakdown of really the priority of who gets tested. There's still we're still doing pop-ups. Next week is our last week in Seaside. So we're at the Seaside Library on Wednesday morning and Thursday afternoon. That does not require an appointment. You just come up and our partners will test you. That's about what I have on testing.
Thank you very much for dropping in and kind of bringing us back up to date on what's going on with that. That's all the presenters I have right now. Are there any questions for any of the folks we have on the line, for Luna or Karen? And I am not seeing anything in chat. Thanks, Luna, for putting in the website. And I see a question starting. And I'm not seeing it's finished. I have a question from Pam Marino. There you go. Do you want to ask your question or to finish typing it? I think this is your question. There's been a report of businesses being told that mask enforcement begins September 1st. And I don't have anyone on the call on enforcement, but I can forward that call. I can forward this question to the right department. Any other questions for folks today? Then we'll make it a short briefing. Happy Friday. Our next briefing will be Monday, and we'll see you then.